But speaking of banks, let's invite yet another banker. We have with us Mr. Murali Ramaswamy, the Executive Director at Bank of Baroda. Mr. Ramaswamy, thank you very much for joining us. Well, first up, we just had Amitabh Chaudhary telling us that at Axis about 28% of the total loan book guys have asked for a moratorium, and about 2/3 are doing it because they have they just want to conserve cash. What would the similar points be in Bank of Baroda? How many have asked for moratorium, and how much of them are safe stocks, and how much of them are asking because they are hard up?
In Bank of Baroda also a sizable number has opted, madam, and it is also not because they are in stress. They are only taking as a cautionary mode. They are asking, and sizable number of our customers has asked for the moratorium, and it is and we are also encouraging them so that it will avoid the liquidity with them. So it is also quite a good figure they have asked, and we are also extending them, and that is a. And these are not people who are all weak in their finances. They are asking only as a banter and caution. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, Mr. Ramaswamy, the other thing that we got from Axis was the big, contingency provision that they have set aside in case things went bad, 3,000 crore. And the commentary of the management was extremely cautious. They were worried about the next few quarters. They said the economy may take quite some time to recover. How are you looking at the next 3 quarters? Would you share his caution?
I'm not fully sharing with it, madam, because yes, we require caution, but there is we should look at, in my view, positively also, because once we are given emergency COVID credit line. There's a good demand. As of now, we are sanctioned about 40,000 accounts, about 2,000 crores, and there is a quite lot of appetite for that loan. So once it comes, then the economy will revive. Maybe and also the RBI moratorium has given the breather for us. So there are certain sectors which may be in problem in my perception, like travel, hospital and all. But there are certain sectors like pharmaceutical, foods and this, I think there's no problem. We are identifying the sectors and we are venturing cautiously, and I am not very pessimistic. I am optimistic. My time frame is June. It will be a time of settling. And by September, I think we should be more or less about 80 to 90% through. I don't visualize any pessimistic difference because we have analyzed all our portfolios, and we know which are the sectors we have to enter. Maybe pharmaceuticals, essential goods, cotton textile, and some the sectors which we like to go slow. And taking the appetite which we have got emergency credit line, and also talking to some of the industries, I don't think it is so pessimistic. I should be. I am optimistic, madam, in my view.
Okay, well, September, you're hoping for things to get back at least 70 to 80%. We'd all love to hear that.
And there are certain sectors which will be doing well. That's my feeling.
Which will be doing well. Okay. So, sir, now my question is this. To what extent are you willing to lend to entities which are not AAA? Because the entire conversation from the Reserve Bank over the last few weeks has been about that. Whether it is TLTRO 2.0 or, now this talk maybe we'll even see some kind of a special SPV or a fund. So I just want to understand whether you're participating in TLTRO 2 and how are you looking at MSMEs and, some of the smaller entities?
So I'll divide the reply into two, madam. One is coming to NBFC. AAA is good, but we are not only concentrating on AAA. As per the investment policy, so anything AA and above, and we are going also triple B, triple B we are going, and it's not that we also see the underlying management, the underlying securities, the history with other banks. So NBFC, and we are also participating in TLRTO phase 2 also, and we are the good amount we have already taken, and we will be supporting as per the guidelines 50% small NBFC and 50, and we are very bullish on that. Coming to your second part of question, I don't think there's much issue in this one. That we are also taking MSME also. Yesterday, one of my colleagues had a webinar. He had a discussion with a lot of MSME people and told them what are the schemes. For example, we are giving COVID emergency credit line, which is a very good scheme. 24 months they have to pay. We are giving 10% of the fund-based capital immediately at repo link rate, which is the minimum rate which we can give. And also we are encouraging people. We have sent SMS, we have sent mail, we have sent yesterday, as I told you, my colleague had a webinar. And the MSME, we are fact, every branch has been told to outreach the MSME, and this product, this MSME outreach program, the COVID-19 is a very good product where we get the customer gets at a very low rate, and also it is a repayment first 6 months moratorium, then he has to pay gradually and 2 years repayment period, and no big assessment and all. Just his working capital requirement is there, and this, and we are giving SMA 1 also. So there is a MSME also we are supporting. So once we are already in the field, we are already sensitized to our branch managers and everybody, and we are also contacting outreach this one. As of now, we are in that outreach program, we are sanctioned 2,000 crores nearly, and about that is a state it is. So in both we are supporting, and we are confident that with our little support, both the sectors will come through.
Okay. Mr. Ramaswamy, finally, have you participated in that mutual fund 90-day window that RBI has opened? Have you bought anything from the mutual funds or loaned them?
That is actually window is open. We are negotiating. We have already received one proposal, and we have identified the mutual funds. We are also contacting. They are also in contacting the window. We are very keen to participate in it, and we will be participating aggressively in it. Maybe very initial stage to comment how much we have done and all, but we are. I can tell you on the overall we are in. Already one proposal has reached. We are processing and we will be taking it. And we are also, our team is our senior management team. We already told them to get in touch with top AMCs and the mutual fund teams and discuss our appetite and also the underlying securities which they are going to give. And based on this, we will be taking very aggressive on good proposals. We are very aggressive on it.
Mr. Ramaswamy, I want to come back to that point on funding, MSMEs or even NBFCs. So it's great that you are having these outreach programs, but also give us some projection on the asset quality deterioration that may follow in these vulnerable sections of the book, MSME, NBFC, and perhaps even retail.
As of now, we don't see any spike, let me tell you. But if you ask me asset quality deterioration, I may not be able to say it's too early. But the schemes which you are doing for TLRTO for NBFCs and also COVID emergency program, and again when the May revise, I don't think there's much to worry for us. There is no much. We can always, the NBFC, we have got only strong portfolios. Coming to MSME, we are having outreach. And once we give the type of sector they are in, also they are all mostly ancillaries to some many pharmaceutical and some are good export orders. So by giving to them this emergency credit, already they'll be able to come out of the problem. So as I told you earlier, I'm not very pessimistic. I'm optimistic, and I don't see much spike in any with this emergency credit line and TLRTO for this one for NBFC and the emergency this window. With all these schemes and moratorium given 3 months moratorium, with all these schemes, I think there's no much cause for concern. Maybe I think by June I may be able to comment more on that. But in my personal opinion, there's no much to concern in that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ramaswamy. Well, we hope that optimism really comes through. That would be good news for everybody, including the economy. Thanks very much for joining in. So that's Bank of Baroda. Lata, I want to hear from you now. I mean, look at the polar opposite views we are getting. We've got a large private sector bank being very, very cautious, raising, the prudence bar. Then we've got a PSU bank saying, we shouldn't get too worried and it'll be okay. And I'm just wondering, who's right, who's wrong? How do you sort of look at the spectrum? And I'm just wondering whether it shouldn't be that it's PSU banks because they have, social norms to meet as well, that, they are left kind of holding the can. So if one could say that.
Well, I guess it's also a personality thing. Some people are optimistic and some people are not. I don't know how much this would be a banking sector view.